Happy holidays and welcome to Uncensored Guyana. I am Dr. Prasad. We just have a few days left for Christmas. To be exact, how many days we have left? 4 days. We are now 21st day of December. 4 days for Christmas. And if you are not in Guyana, speaking of myself also, if you are not in Guyana right now, shame on me. You are not in Guyana. Shame on you. See, three looking back at me. Shame on us. I wanted to be there. I had to put the systems in place. However, it was a bit of a rush. So I thought, unfortunately, but I'm very envious of the folks who are in Guyana right now, and they are enjoying, because the president did say, you are going to have a great Christmas. You are going to have a lovely Christmas. He did said that. If you can say, with all honesty, that you are not having a fantastic time, that you are not happy, that you are alive, you are free, and you have the opportunity right now to be in Guyana, on Guyana soil, at this moment in time, then you are lying. You're ungrateful and you are lying. But if you can embrace what I've said just now, and you can say, yes, Doc, I know what you're talking about, because right now I am happy. I want to thank the president. I want to thank Guyana. I want to thank all the persons who made this dream of all of us having a fantastic time by re-electing our greatest president to date. If you are such a person and you can be that honest and that sincere and you can share these sentiments, I can tell you, I am envious of you, because I know what you are experiencing. I can see it. It's all over the globe. Everybody is talking about Guyana and the beauty of Guyana and how they want to be there, how they would like to travel there, how they would like to experience Christmas in Guyana. I'm telling you, the only problem we have in Guyana is to once and for all make Guyana safe, meaning we adopt the European system in dealing with crimes and criminals. And if we can adopt such a system, we can make Guyana safe again forever. And times like these, where beauty is all over the place, where you can just look and want to have sex with your country because your country looks so fucking sexy, you would know what it's like. All we need to do is to finish, end, get rid of crimes and criminals once and for all. And that, to be achieved, the laws must be severe. The laws in dealing with crime must be deadly. It must be deadly. And if we have deadly laws to deal with crimes and criminals, Guyanese, I assure you, not one fucking thug is going to think about terrorizing Guyanese citizens. No pickpocket, no sticking up, no robbery, no break and enter. They wouldn't think about it if our laws are deadly. Then in these times, like Christmas, you don't have to bother. You can just say, you know what, I have this amount of money I've saved all year because of all these cash grants from our lovely president, our great government. I am just going to go out. I am going to go out at the beautiful First Lady's Christmas market. Man, I just like it. The First Lady's Christmas market. Beautiful people create beautiful things. The beauty that woman has inside, she has extended that by creating that amazing, fabulous Christmas market on the Kingston seawall. You just want to live there. You want to live there. You just want to say, you know what? I'm not cooking for the next 2 weeks. I'm coming here, I'm putting a tent, and I'm eating and sleeping, and I'm using the customer toilet at the Pegasus Hotel. But you don't have to do that because the government has provided bathroom facilities because of how sexy the place is. And don't stop at the Christmas market at Pegasus. Go down to Georgetown. Stabrook Market. Oh my gosh. Oh, Priya, I want to hug you. Oh, Priya. You are so gorgeous. Oh, Priya. Look at what you did to the Stabrook Market. You cleaned it up the way a good housewife cleans up the house for when the husband is arriving. And he's like, oh, thank you, Lord, for such a wonderful woman. Thank you, Lord, for such a wonderful government. Oh, the PPP. Oh, my gosh, the PPP. The People's Progressive Party Civic. You have done beautifully. Look at the Stabrook Market Square. My friends, fellow Guyanese, look at the Stabrook Market Square. It's a place to be desired. Go out, enjoy your country, because your government, your president said, and the vice president echoed and said, if the president made a promise, he is going to deliver. And the president said, you are going to have a great Christmas. Tell me you're not having a great Christmas. Tell me you are not having a great Christmas. And if you're not having a great Christmas, this broadcast is not for you. Get off. Because you're lying. You are lying. And you are a stupid liar from the PNC. You are a paid jerk, an asshole, and worm from the Win Party. Because you must know the facts and know the truth. Guyana right now is the envy of Latin America, of the West, the envy. Everybody's jealous of our president. Everybody's jealous of Guyana. Everybody's jealous about the infrastructure. And even now, Santa Claus is going to leave the North Pole and relocate to Georgetown. Because there ain't no place for Christmas where Christmas comes alive than Guyana. No offense to the Americans, but I can't speak for America. I have to speak for Guyana. Look around you, Guyanese. Appreciate what you have. Fight for that. Fight for that. Don't be consumed by stupidity and jealousy and sick agenda from the other side. Don't do it. Don't lose your emotions to the nonsense from the PNC. All the PNC can think about is free money, free food, and fucking welfare. That's all they can think about. They're not productive people. They're not people with the capacity to do anything. So their mandate is to break, to steal, and to destroy. And whose character does that represent? The devil. The devil. Our government, the PPPC government, is a government that represents truth, honesty, law, progress, prosperity. That's what the government represents. This is why the vice president, thank you, sir, for showing up. I hope you didn't show up because that fool keeps nagging and nagging and nagging about where Jadgeo is. But while you didn't have the need to condescend to the level of the PNC to address that stupid rumor that you had cancer and all that kind of nonsense, the country appreciates because there are still vulnerable people who would still tend to believe the shit that comes out of the PNC. So we appreciate the update. But next time, Vice President, just tell us about the wonderful work you are doing and the work that you plan to do that we haven't yet seen, and remind us that we are in the greatest country under the best government in the history of Guyana's existence. We will continue to pray, to meditate for your continued health and sustenance forever. Because we understand, Vice President Jadgeo, we understand that you are one of the pillars that has kept and is keeping Guyana's democracy together. We know that. Without you, a lot of the things of Guyana would not exist. We honor that. We want you to be healthy and strong, and we continue to pray. We are making sure that we protect you by our prayers, by our services to the country, so you can be proud of the work you have done and the fact that Guyanese appreciates your efforts and your sacrifices. Vice President, you will always be at the forefront of our services and our meditations. We're happy that you are good and you're still funny. That's a good thing. But Guyanese, this is what we have. I want to bask in the glory of what the women of Guyana has produced. The Christmas market, the First Lady. Stabrook Market Square, Priya Manik Chan. And my lovely, lovely Home Affairs Minister, Waldron. Onika Waldron, yeah. When these women who didn't have to choose politics, they're career people. Their fathers didn't send them to school to say, hey, when you graduate, get into politics. No. It's not easy to choose a life of public service. When you are a public servant, you have to take orders. You have to say yes, boss, and no, boss. These women were independent lawyers. They didn't have to get involved in politics. They had a good life. They had their careers. What they have given up their private practice for to be government service, it shows an act of humility, an act of service. Those women are patriots, and we need to honor them for that. When I see Women like the Home Affairs Minister, condescending to a position of service. I'm not talking being the public service. I'm talking about outreach for the holidays, giving alms, giving gifts, mingling with children. It touches my heart very profoundly. And I'm saying this is what Guyana represents. Guyana represents strong women who are not arrogant because they might have a degree somewhere, but strong women who can be humbled in the capacity and be of service to serve. These are lovely, lovely people produced by the PPP, handpicked by President Irfan Ali. Let's make a comparison, shall we? Look at the women at the PNC. They like to sue people. They're so arrogant and so touchy. If you pass next to them, and you might notice their purse loose, and if you take the risk of saying, excuse me, by the time you go to say, Madam, there's a lawsuit next to you. They're going to sue your ass for saying, excuse me. They'll think you're saying, excuse me, bitch. They ain't giving you a chance to finish. They're so sensitive and insecure. This is why when the PNC was in power for 5 years, it was 5 years of hell. Christmas was dead in Guyana. Christmas was dead. Nobody wants to celebrate Christmas anymore. Nobody had time with shooting fireworks. Nobody had time with making bread or Christmas cake or pepper pot or the other stuff that they make. Nobody, because Christmas was dead. Granger depressed Guyanese so much that nobody wanted to hear anything about celebration. They were busy trying to save money just so they could live another day. Just so they could live another day. It was so hard on the Granger. Granger brought back the fairs. Granger gave the Guyanese generation now a taste of what their foreparents experienced on the Burnham. That's what Granger did. So the young people asked the question, this is the kind of punishment my grandfather and fathers experienced on the Burnham? Wow. Never again. So 2020, they cleaned the government and replaced it with something better. And 2025, they expressed and they brought their friends and say, hey, you are of age now. You better don't put me in that shit with PNC again. You better go vote for the PPP. And 2030 is everybody, the whole team, everybody voting PPP in 2030. Every Guyanese. This is why I start my campaign from now. Because every day I have to stress it. 2030, every Guyanese is voting for the PPP. We are going to celebrate Priya, the first female president, elect. There's no comparison to Janet Jagan. We're talking about the first female president, elect, would be Priya Manichan. Enjoy your Christmas, Guyanese. Let's enjoy our Christmas. Let us celebrate our president. And trust me, the man is more than just a president to be celebrated. I can't wait for the Berbice Bridge to be finished to name the bridge after Ali. Come on, man. They haven't started the work yet. It will take a while. Start naming stuff after the man. Start naming stuff after the man. The man gave Guyanese food. He gave Guyanese free money. He gave Guyanese houses, lands, security. He brought the people together. And every time you see President Ali, he is cooking up a pot. Cooking up a pot. And he's taking orders as well. Imagine that. The man understands he's not a chef. He still needs to learn how to cook. But he's willing to say, hey, I might be the greatest president, but I might suck at cooking. So I need some tips and advice. He is that humble. Guyanese, what else do you need, man? I'm frustrated because I don't understand. All you are sounding like black people. You don't know what to do to please them. You can never please them. Don't do that. We have the best government. We are now celebrating the best Christmas. And next year, it will be better. Because next year, there is more money. There is more infrastructure. The budget will be larger to accommodate Guyanese needs. Everybody will be marching behind our national party, the People's Progressive Party. Everybody. They're going to wipe out corruption. We have so much that God has given us. I'm telling you, we do not want an experience to revisit the past. We want this to continue. We want several Christmas markets around the city, around the country. We want in Essequibo, in Berbice, in the West Coast, Demerara, the East Bank, all over the place. We want national Christmas trees throughout the country. Guyana must be the Christmas country on the planet. The Christmas country on the planet. Because Christmas is a time that everybody looks forward to. It brings people together, brings families together. This is why I'm advocating. I'm still your Shadow Home Affairs Minister. I ain't quit the job yet. I'm still that. I'm not getting paid for it, but I'm still. So I'm recommending to the gorgeous Onika Waldron, Minister of Home Affairs, there should be a special punishment for anyone caught committing crime during the festive season. From now to the week after New Year's, anyone committing crime during this festive season, there should be a special prison for them. Special prison. Because that's violating, that should be worse than treason. That is violating the sanctity of what Christmas represents. Christmas is a time where people should be free to celebrate the fact that a Savior was born, came into the world, and sacrificed himself for the good of all mankind. This ain't a time you want to be terrorizing people. This ain't a time you want to be breaking people's home and taking the little they have saved to celebrate with their family. This ain't a time for that. So any criminal caught during this time terrorizing people, if it is as much as a cell phone they steal, there should be a special place for them so they can spend many more Christmases there. I recommend. Moving on. I hinted earlier that if it's the only thing that these PNC people can think about, this Campbell guy, he got rid of Norton, so he's the new Norton. Free money. Every time they come on the platform, every time they have their press conferences, all they talk about is welfare. Welfare, welfare, welfare. Free this, free that, free this, free that. Oh, free this. They are making Afro-Guyanese look like a bunch of losers. The world have a perception that black people are lazy. They only want free stuff. They don't want to work for it. They think they deserve it. They think by default they should have what you have. And if you don't give them willingly, then they steal it. That's the perception of the world regarding black people. To some extent, it is true. Look at Africa. Look at the black villages around the country. Look at the ghettos, underdeveloped. And they blame the government because the government to them aren't looking after black people. And the PNC is pushing that narrative that the government are not looking after black people. But I want the blacks in Guyana to come out and stand up and say, hey, you're not speaking for me. You're not representing me as an Afro-Guyanese. Don't speak for me. Don't make it look as though I tell you I want cash grant. Don't make it look as though I tell you I want welfare. No, you're speaking for yourself and them thugs that follow you. Guyanese, Afro-Guyanese, you need to talk back at these people. You need to let them understand they are making you look bad. They claim to be your representatives. Let them identify which part of the Guyanese society they represent. Because a large percentage of Guyanese are with the PPP. If the government allocates cash grant, everybody gets it. Everybody. Ministers. The only people who don't qualify are the criminals in the prisons. But everybody does. Everybody. So the cash grant is not just for poor people. Rich people collect the cash grant too. So this isn't a thing that is a black thing that black people need cash grant. No, every fucking Guyanese gets the cash grant. That money can do something. So Campbell and the others, they're not representing Guyanese. They're using that to highlight some shit that, oh, the government made this promise. Oh, the government made that promise. Get off the whole horse, the high horse with cash grants. Let Muhammad pay the people that he promised to vote for him. He is the one who should be paying the cash grant because he promised the people. And secondly, PNC. You are not qualified, especially Campbell. You are one person that shouldn't be talking about corruption. What about the 100 million Guyana dollars that you received? What happened to that money? What was it for? Answer that question. Talk about the 100 million that you allegedly received, and it's not allegedly, but I'll say allegedly because you niggas like to sue people. Talk about that. Don't point a finger and you forget about all the corruption. Ganesh Mahipal, remember the University of Guyana? You owe them, right? You still need to pay that money that you allegedly stolen. Allegedly. But Guyanese know it's not allegedly. But I'm saying allegedly. So all you bunch of losers and fuck-ups that are on the PNC press conference talking your shit, you should stand in front of the mirror and scrutinize the 5 years Granger was there. All them women, all of them, scrutinize the 5 years of the Granger government. Or you want the Ali government to pull your files. Is that what you want? You want him to publish your tax returns? You want him to pull your files? You want him to do a deep dive into all the corruption and name people? That's what you want? Maybe I should start calling for that. Maybe I should start calling from the Justice Department, Anil Nandalal, to investigate the PNC ministers and the PNC government. Expose the corruption that happened under them. We don't want the ones that was reported in the public media. We don't want those. We want the ones that were suppressed because it might be a national security issue. Those we want to hear. Throw it back at them. Say, hey, You are the last set of people to talk shit about corruption or the government this or the government that. You were 5 years there. 5 years. You did nothing. You didn't solve the problem with GPL. You didn't bring prices down. You didn't solve the water issue. You built no roads. You rehabilitated no infrastructure. None. But yet your budgets every year was tremendous. What have you done with the money, PNC, in the 5 years you were there? So shut the fuck up and relax and enjoy the country that President Ali is building for all Guyanese. You jealous, racist bastards, you bunch of worms, including the Mohammeds. I'm coming to you now. We don't want personal politics here. You're not a politician. Ajruddin Muhammad, you're not a politician. You are just a male bitch with a penis that has a personal axe to grind against members of the PPP. The people that you thought should have broken the law to hide your crimes, and because they didn't do it and the PNC did it, you're joining the blacks in the PNC to oppress, to spread fake news, and to think you can expose corruption. Tell the Guyanese people, Ajruddin, how much government land, state land, your family secured under the PNC, and how much you paid for it. Tell the Guyanese that. How much acres? Not just in Georgetown, every region. Tell the Guyanese how much government land you have to your name and those shell companies you have. Tell them that. Secondly, you're talking about business. You're talking Ali can't run this and Ali can't run that. Jadgeo can't run this. Jadgeo can't run that. Since when gold is a business? Mining gold is a business? Anybody can mine gold. You don't need a degree for that. You can mine gold and take it and sell it. It's a hustle. It's not a business. In common terms, you can say it's a business, but it's a hustle. You just did the hustle on a large scale and did a lot of jiggery-pogery, a lot of bad business surrounding your hustle. And that makes you a businessman. You set up some sham of stores or whatever that doesn't bring in an income because you want to justify the illegal money that's coming in. You want to clean your money that you're making apart from the stores you might have or whatever you have to say that, look, I have businesses that brings me money. No, they don't. Because if you were a businessman with sense, all them apartments that you built, how much are they bringing in? How much profit you making on them? They're empty. Are you earning from those buildings? No. So why don't you fix that first? Show the Guyanese that you can make everything from nothing. You have all these white elephant buildings that was used by taxpayers' money to build, but yet you're not providing that as a service to the Guyanese people. Who are you waiting to rent them? Venezuelans? Who are you waiting? You were hoping that the PNC won so that they can rent your buildings and give to their side chick and their boyfriends, and then they use the taxpayers' money to pay you 10 times the amount that an actual apartment will cost. That's what you were hoping for. You were hoping to get into government so you can channel government contracts in terms of securing apartments for the foreigners who come in, the students and the nurses and the doctors, so they could use your buildings at a high markup. Is that what you were hoping for? Oh, the government promised you And they didn't deliver, right? They didn't deliver. So you angry. Now you're coming on air and every day you're exposing something. We want you to expose your corruption with these land and these buildings that you built. Release the tax information. That's what we want. The government is building Guyana. Look how many foreign investment came in the country. Look how many. Look at the GDP of Guyana 2024. I don't think 2025 is out yet, but look at the percentage, the GDP of Guyana for the past 3 years. You think it's oil money? All the things that's happening in the country. You think it's oil money? The private sector is expanded. You think it's oil money? No. Guyanese have gained confidence in the government, trust in the president. So Guyanese are taking risk. They're taking international loan, they're taking local loans, and they are investing in the country's economy. For what? To provide services to Guyanese. They're not providing services to some foreign country. The businesses in Guyana are providing services to Guyanese citizens in Guyana. Look at the data from the banks. Look at the growth economic, the profit margin of the local banks in Guyana for 2025. Look how much billions in profit the banks in Guyana made from loans. To who? Local Guyanese. You're telling me life is hard and everybody is making money? Everybody is making money? Come on, man, Ajudin. Fix your failing businesses. Rent the apartments that you have. Lease your buildings out. Businesses may not take it, but local people would rent your apartments because people need housing. You have a nice rate, people will go live there. But no, you don't want that because why? Let me burst a bubble here. You know why, Ajudin? Because you hate black people. The people who rent expensive apartments are blacks, because blacks love to show off that they could live a certain way. They could pay this kind of, yeah, black people. And because you hate black people, you don't want black people to live in your apartments, in your buildings. But here's a shocker for you. The Indians are not going to take it. The Indo-Guyanese are not going to take it. Let me tell you why. Because your people who love to call me a fake Indian, I'm proud to be Negro. I'm not black, I'm Negroid. I just identify with the Indian culture because I like it. The same way a lot of men like to be women and they identify as homosexuals, and women want to be men, they identify as lesbians. I identify as Indian. India. Indigo. Look it up, you stupid idiots. Interrace. Anyway, let me calm down. Ajudin, Indian people ain't gonna pay your apartment, those fees you're asking for, because the Indian man is smart. He's gonna calculate the next 10 years living in your buildings. And the money he's gonna budget to pay you rent for the next 10 years, he's gonna tell his wife, Sita, listen, we're gonna get a small room somewhere, and we're gonna go to the bank and take a loan. And the money we're gonna pay Ajudin for the next 10 years, we can take a 20-year loan from the bank, and we're gonna build a house. Don't worry, Sita. The ones on the roadside is a bit high, expensive. We'll go to the 10th Street. Let's go way to the back. At least We're not going to have the noise with the cars. We're not going to have the noise with loud music. We're going to be at the back, quiet. And listen, Sita, there is a trench. We can fish. Then we don't have to buy fish. And at the back, the land is much bigger. So we can plant. We'll save money. So Azradin, you stupid worm, Indian people won't fall for that shit to take your buildings, are black people. But since you don't like black people, you don't want them Negroes in your buildings are shut the fuck down and they're there falling to pieces. You need to put aside your racism and lease the building to the Lindoners. Blacks will take it. I promise you. They will. Now, Guyanese, I didn't plan to spend much time on that idiot. They seized another boat. The Americans seized another oil tanker belonging to Venezuela. Another one. Where is Putin, Xi, and all these countries who told Maduro, we got your back? Where are they? All the people who say, you see, the Venezuelan Navy, the military is escorting these ships out. The Americans need to get the message. Maduro has warned Trump. Maduro threatens Trump. So Trump said, okay, fine. If you see another ship and you can identify that ship as Venezuelan, seize it. Well, they saw another ship and they verified that the ship was carrying sanctioned oil. And what is sanctioned oil? Any oil that comes out of Venezuela is sanctioned. It doesn't matter who owns the ship. If the ship is owned by Guyana, and we heard that Maduro tried to pull a fast one by flying the Guyana flag on the first ship that was seized, it didn't work. This one, he didn't fly no flag. They knew you're going for illegal oil. We don't care who owns you. Let China send a ship to take Venezuelan oil. We'll seize it too. Let Russia send one. We are going to seize it too. So they seized another one. With all the threats and the big mouth of Maduro and all these people who turned against Trump and want to pressure Guyana because the Guyana government says, according to the vice president and the president, we are going to fight with the Americans. We'll stand with the Americans because drugs affect all of us. Our president and our great vice president assured Guyanese that as a country, we will stand and support the American fight against illegal trafficking of any kind to bring democracy to Venezuela. Our country is behind it. That's for sure. But regardless of who the tankers belong to, the Americans will seize it. They are already conducting their operations on the ground. They're trying to get Maduro to avoid a lot of casualties. He keeps hiding and running, and now he's threatening to go to the Security Council. What kind of a threat is that? How many times countries didn't try to take the Americans to the Security Council? The Americans have the veto power in the Security Council, just a few countries. So no matter what resolution you take there, no matter what you do, it will take the Americans to sign off on it, and they wouldn't. So how is that a threat? How is that supposed to make the Americans or Donald Trump, oh my God, Security Council? Really? We took Maduro to the Security Council. Remember? Did it stop him? Did it stop him from the elections on Essequibo? Did it stop him? No, it didn't. We took him for many other things. Did it stop him? Now he wants to go to the same council that he defied when we took him there to help him. No, fuck it. I say, if he can't give up and surrender willingly, he turned down and he lost his opportunity to leave quietly to any country that he chooses, except for Guyana, with his family. And because he wanted to go with 100 of his criminals, Trump says no. Then you all shall stay there and perish together. He should have taken that chance. Now he would have been in Russia sipping tea. No, I mean, China sipping tea, or Russia drinking the hot coffee, relaxing and say, thanks to Mother Mary, because he's Catholic, I think, that he went out. And he would have left with his millions and lived the rest of his life comfortable. No. He had to listen to his drug lords and his military bosses who told him, we keep you there for a reason. You ain't going nowhere. If we can't go, you can't go. Now look at the situation. The second tanker in less than 10 days. And now they're running to the UN. The UN is a useless, wasteful organization. And it should be disbanded. They should stop funding the UN and just get rid of it. Use the building for something else. Because they're useless. So is CARICOM. That CARICOM building in Guyana can make a wonderful hospital. Yeah, specialized clinic. Service to Guyanese. It's useless. All these organizations is just wasting the local taxpayers' money. They're wasting it. It's like a club for these prime ministers and presidents to have their orgies. Maybe they do. I don't know. But it's wasteful. It's wasteful. I don't see the point of the CARICOM building. I don't see the point. Our neighbors. What did they ever do for Guyana? Let's think back. What has CARICOM ever done for Guyana? The only time CARICOM gets involved is when it is peddled that there is some discrimination against black people in Guyana. That's when they get involved. But apart from that, they're not interested. And I've said it before. The CARICOM community is against the Irfan Ali government. And by extension, the PPP. They had an issue with Chetty because of Burnham. So anybody who comes under Chetty, they come under the sanction of CARICOM when it comes to Guyana. But if you have a black government, oh yeah, you get all these beautiful stories. But they're forgetting that the people who are committing the worst of the worst of the worst in Guyana are black people, the same kinds that are in CARICOM. So why is it that you have the PNC and the Win Party? They never, and I repeat, never talk about crime in Guyana. They never do. Why? The only thing they keep focusing on is free money, free food. And with Ajruddin, he's nagging at maybe his boyfriend, the sheriff, or Ali or Jadgeo. I think he's attracted to men. He's constantly nagging at them. Now he's in his comfortable studio with a large computer screen that's reflecting on something in front of him and reading. That's his comfort zone now. That's the office of the opposition leader with all the fake trophies. Picking on three people. Whoever is it from the sheriff, Jadgeo and Ali. And now they're paying. And let me tell you why I know that. They pay this, I want to call the word, but it doesn't taste good on my tongue. But this fella, who's supposed to be Indo-Guyanese, I don't know where the fuck he is, but They paid him to attack me on my page and call me names. Now, in the history of my life, myself, me, I have never ever been called a black dog. Never. Because I don't mix with that level of people. Not on my platform, never, never. But the Win party is getting desperate. Ajudin is getting desperate. So he realized that if black people, they were paying black people to attack me, I wasn't budging. So they look for these lowlives, these worms, these roaches, these Indo-Guyanese roaches, you know, these kind of hookworm, these nasty people. And they're paying them, and say, hey, cuss him out, tell him things. So they're looking for things that they know if they should tell another average black man that thing on the streets. So they're picking those things and throwing it at me to bring out whatever blackness they think I have. Because they know if you tell an average, if you are in a conflict or confrontation with a black man in Guyana, in Georgetown, somewhere, an Indian and black man, you know, and he tells that man, the Indian tells that black man, you black dog. He knows what's coming next. It's not a word coming next. So they're trying to hit that thing that they think that I have to bring out some kind of response, or to say, oh, I'm using my platform to stand up for the rights of Guyanese, and I have this, it's perceived that I'm standing up for Indians more, but then at the same time, Indian people are attacking me, and I'm risking my business, my personality, my freedom for them. Fuck it. I'm going to make a U-turn. That's what they're hoping to achieve. And if I should make a U-turn, to go where? They know I wouldn't go to Win because he's Indian. PNC. So he's using a tactics, Ajudin, to get Indian people to attack me, to piss me off to the point where I would say, oh, okay, these racist bastards, this is how they're thanking me for the sacrifice I'm making. Fuck them. That's what they want to achieve. But it never crossed my mind. With all the attacks, never crossed my mind. Why? Because I'm not a racist. If there was another group in Guyana that have lived an exemplary life, better than the Indo-Guyanese, trust me, I would be highlighting that group. But there is none. I know within the Indo-Guyanese there are a lot of worms and roaches. I know. You don't think I know that? They're not all good. Maybe 70%. I know the 30%, the percent you could pay them to kill somebody. You could pay them to poison somebody. They would kill themselves. I know that they're that group. Those are the groups that follows the Muhammad. And while they want to attack a black man, they think is a black man, they are in a party that is controlled by black people. Look at the stupidity. They're such fucking idiots. They're such lowlife that they can't even see that. You're taking money from this asshole because you want to throw me off from supporting the PPP because you think the PPP is an Indian party. And if you attack me as an Indian, it's like the PPP attacking me. But look who they're supporting. Ajudin's party is not Ajudin's party. Ajudin's party Win. He's just the financier. He's just the funder, and the illusion of him being the opposition leader. No. The Win party is a black party. It is an extension of the PNC. It is controlled by the PNC. So all them Indo Guyanese that are taking Adrian's money, and after the asshole attacked me, and he thanked me for making him famous, he acknowledged that Azruddin paid him to come after me. He didn't have to say it in other words. That's why Azruddin will be the next president. The guy is such a stupid ass. He's such a low life. Everybody suspected that Azruddin put him up to that. But instead of him leaving Azruddin out of his response, he included the man and confirmed that Azruddin would be the next president. I'm like, well, look at these fools. Look at these fools. You gotta have a better strategy, man. You wanna come after me, you gotta have a better strategy. Don't talk about my face. Are you fucking kidding me? Look around the media, social media. I can use this or I can take it off. Look around the internet, you fucking low-life worms, any country, and you compare this to any other Negro. Don't pick this as a target. You're jealous of it. That's what I know. Nothing you see, don't use it as a target. There's nothing to compare to. Absolutely nothing, including your boss, Azruddin. Because if I had his money, correction. How do I even put this? Because the money he has is not legal. But if I was wealthy, wealthy, legally wealthy, like rich, really rich. If I was rich, financially secured, like a millionaire, that same asshole who took the money from Win to attack me and the others who were taking money from Azruddin to attack me, let me tell you something. I would buy a special private jet and I will get your addresses where you live and I would fly to wherever you are just to fuck your wives and your daughters with the same face. And I ain't gonna pay them shit. They would get wet for free, voluntarily, for me. So cut the crap and tell Azruddin to write a better script and give to you idiots. I just had to respond. Folks, I know a lot of you told me, don't ignore them, but I know I have to. I like it. I like when they come after me. They give me content. I like it. So please, Azruddin, keep paying these losers to come after me. Because you see, folks, look at the good thing. You see how I started the show? Praising the PPP. Think back in the past. Do I usually praise the PPP like that? Mm-mm. It is because the Win party, Azruddin Mohammed and his thugs, keeps coming after me. I'm just loving the PPP more. So please, keep coming. I need some inspiration to love the People's Progressive Party and to adore President Irfan Ali. Trust me, I do. I really do. But if you don't come after me, if you don't tell me that I'm begging for donations, if you don't tell me that I'm playing on the emotions of Indian people, I mean, who the hell can do that? If you don't tell me that I'm robbing the poor Guyanese with Zella or whatever, if you don't do these things and you don't criticize my looks, except for the black dog thing, don't go there. You want to be racist? Do your thing, but don't go there. You're going to piss me off. All right? But if you don't do these things, I'm bored as fuck. I want some inspiration to talk nice about my president and my government and and the greatness of the party. So please, Ajudin, pay them more. Pay them more because you're not going to be around for long. In January, you're off to your vacation. So in the meantime, please, fellas, ask for more money. Tell them, no, I can't attack Dr. Prasad. Yes, Dr. fucking Prasad. Okay? Yes. I can't attack him for 5,000 Ghana dollars. You got to come better than that. Give me 50,000 per comment. Then I can get a team together and say, hey, do some research. Check into his background. When he was 10 years old. Look and see if it's true that he messed around girls when he was 12, 13. Do these things. Do proper research, man. Don't just come and you dunderheads, fucking dunces, saying a bunch of shit, you pea-brain lunatics, fucking imbeciles. You can do better than that. To the rest of you, make sure that you make your love gift available. Okay? You don't have a Zelle account, you can do so via Western Union or MoneyGram. Send me a text, Facebook message. You're doing a good thing when you support me. After all, we need to keep Guyana safe, keep Guyana going, and this show needs to continue. It's only possible with your donations. Until next time, goodbye now.